Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, I think the audio is working fine. Let's play some lo-fi. Alright. Alright, let's drop into the server. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, DPS.
Hello.
Yellow. I think the audio's working fine. So how was the week? Are you feeling better?
A little better, yeah, I'm feeling, a little better.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, feels nice.
Yeah, one moment, let me ping John. Where's John?
We got a lot to show.
You have a lot to show? Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
John says it's gonna be 5 minutes late. Well, I guess that's fine.
Penalization.
Penalization? How shall we penalize him for being late?
I don't know.
So what have you been working on? Like, is it a new project or?
It's the card game.
Ah,
That's
right.
what the multiplayer stuff.
Right, the multiplayer, right? So, it's you're using the rollback networking feature then.
Sort of. I mean, it's part of the rollback, but I'm not using the actual rollback like at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you're using the provided the GameMaker API, like in the intended fashion.
Yeah, I'm only using one function
Oh.
of the API.
Alright, interesting. Well, I suppose does it work because how do I put it? That you're saying that you're not using like the primary rollback functionality, right?
Well, to use it,
Yeah.
all you have to do is set the target thing at the top to upper GX.
Right.
You set up the game on the website to 2 players or multiplayer, whatever. It doesn't have to be just 2.
Yeah.
And then you can just use the functions. That's all you gotta do.
So it's hassle free.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, it's if it actually worked how it's supposed to work, yes, hassle free.
Right.
But as I mentioned before, I had to roll back my version to actually get it to work how I wanted to. So the current. Oh, by the way, I didn't realize this, but you don't need the beta to do multiplayer stuff. It's already in the main. It's already in the main thing, I believe.
Oh. Okay.
From what I checked.
Right, so the only limitation is that it's currently only exclusive to GX.
Yeah, I think.
Got it.
Could be wrong. They might have like the functionalities in it, but it might not actually work with the full version or the non-beta version.
Right.
So they just might not have it in there, and they might just have it in there just for like future use or whatever.
Right.
I don't remember if I checked it or not.
What was it about the rollback getting delayed? Like, what was that about? Like, were they having technical issues with the feature?
I don't know exactly. All I know is that everyone seems to be saying that the rollback has just been delayed for now. Like I guess they were working on it, which explains why the chat function didn't work, or some of the functions actually didn't work in the current beta version. Because they must have put a bug in there that messes it up and they just haven't fixed it. So it's just stuck on broken for some of the functions.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, one moment, eh? Oh man, my part-time work is resuming tomorrow, so my progress is going to be like really slow again. I mean, like, it's already pretty slow, so it's going to be slower. Damn. Yeah, anyways, maybe I'll start presenting first.
I'm here.
Or
Whoa, John is
Johnson.
here. Why are you late,
Don't
John?
ignore me.
Sorry?
Don't ignore me.
I
Okay.
didn't even realize you were here. Okay, so, yeah, how was your week, John?
I'm doing okay. Busy. as
Busy.
usual.
Getting ready for your wedding.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Getting ready for lunch.
Getting ready for lunch?
Getting ready for lunch. I was preparing lunch.
You hadn't had your lunch?
No, not yet.
Why? It's 3. It's 3 p.m.
Yeah, I woke up late and then went to do some grocery shopping.
Oh,
And then was cooking lunch. I can cook, Jenny.
you what? You can cook?
Well,
I don't know,
Sort of,
man. The
maybe.
last time I was there, you don't even know how to cook rice. Like, he didn't even know how to use the rice cooker.
I know
I don't know how to use a rice
cooker
cooker. I assume you
now.
just throw it in there with some water, no?
Yeah, exactly, you're right. You wash the
Oh,
rice.
okay.
Right,
I've never used one before. Yeah.
right, but here's the thing, right? Like, John and I we're Chinese, right? So kind of expected to know this.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I guess. I mean,
Wait, John, what did you cook?
Rice.
Alright, so you do
And-
know how to use the rice cooker now.
Yes, I know how to use the rice cooker now.
Right. Oh, Han is here. Hello, Han. Good afternoon. Wait, have you had your lunch, John?
No, I'm not.
You
I'll
bring
just
your
check and
lunch in
at
here.
the time.
Yeah. Come on. We'll wait for you.
Yeah,
Bring your
yeah,
lunch.
No. Let's start.
Let's start. Alright. So, do you want to start first?
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
So.
Oh, Han says programming is easier than making rice. Really?
what's easier?
Han
Yes,
says programming is easier than making rice. Really?
What? No, you literally just. The way I know how to make rice, you literally just put it in a pot with some water and just let it sit.
Yeah.
It's,
Press a
that's
button.
it. You just gotta time it. Yeah, it's. That's just in a regular pot too. It's not like a rice cooker or anything. It's just throw it in there.
Okay, well, one moment, I think John
Okay.
pasted a link. John, you're a little bit soft. Your audio.
Okay. Let me pump up the volume. Okay. But you might hear some echo because I'm not using like the headphones mic. I'm just
okay.
using
What
this
is it?
mic.
You're not at your place.
Yeah, no, I'm at
I
place.
see. Okay. All right, John.
You ready, Jimmy?
I don't have the damn room code.
Okay, 979B8F.
979 P
B8F.
8F.
Beth.
Yeah.
Yes. So what did you fix?
I added the room code at the top of the screen. Added some input delay. Yeah. So.
Oh, I want.
Oh.
No kick.
Okay.
It's too easy, John.
Is the game working?
Now.
In this single session, it seems to work fine.
Let's try it again.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can create a room.
I can create a
if
room.
you just go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've created a room. It's called 4D7B7A. That's right.
Right. Let's go.
Why that? Is that a color?
Sorry?
Is that a color?
Yeah.
That's
If you create the room, you're red, and if you join the room, you're blue.
I want again. Yo, John,
What?
it's desyncing.
No, not again.
It's broken again.
Oh no.
Yeah. I didn't realize when okay, so if I create the room on player 1, that makes sense, right? But I was looking at
Yeah.
the blue player the whole time.
I need something to show who you are, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's broken, John.
No, it's not. One more time.
Alright,
I created a room.
What's
45645
45?
D97.
45645. What?
645 D97.
D97. Got it.
Oh, sorry. I was watching John screen and you were saying it, and I thought you gave him like your own created number.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, why'd you pick that weird ass string of numbers?
Oh my god, I can't.
Get him.
What's your health like now?
My health, missing one heart. You're still full health to me, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you always on the same side, or is it
Say again.
like so is Chinny always a certain color, or
No, the person who starts the room
okay.
has it in color.
Yeah. So I was blue. Yeah.
Oh man,
It's broken, John.
broken. Oh no. Back to the drawing board.
Back to the
No,
drawing.
but does it feel a little better this time around? I added like some input delay, thinking that it might help things, but I guess
It's a bit hard to tell, John. Like, I would like to say that it felt a little bit more stable, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I think we need to play like a lot more sessions to know, right?
right. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So like with the input buffering, input delay, just it should look like the character snaps less because of the rollback, right?
You're right. You're right. I think the prior 2 times when we play the game, there's a few times where I saw a bullet coming out from your barrel, but then it just disappears.
Okay, that sounds more like a bug.
It sounds more like a bug. Right. Because I'm not sure if you remember, but I said like, oh, you know, your bullet seems to get sucked back into the barrel, you know.
Right. Yeah. So I haven't really checked that out.
Right.
I don't really know how to reproduce it. That's the problem.
Right.
But with the input delay, it should be the case that there's fewer situations where you see a bullet appearing halfway across the screen.
Just suddenly manifesting itself, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense. But I mean, John, if the rollback is actually working, right? Like you know, you can rewind and re-simulate the input, then it shouldn't have like desync to this extent, right?
Yeah. I think I still have like a couple of maybe I'm rolling back to like 1 or 2 frames short, or too early or too late.
Right.
So I think I just need to fix that.
So
I just need to figure out.
It's an issue with like just probably a single frame.
Yeah. Because like testing on my own end, with like simulated input delay, sometimes it seems like both sides are like slightly off by 1 or 2 frames. So
right.
I need to go and figure that out. Yeah.
So is it like an issue with like, you know, just right from the get-go, right? We are both not really starting at a similar state.
Yeah, I think so. Or other like
maybe frame 0 for you is not frame 0 for me. You know what I mean? Like the scene is different.
Yeah. So that might be an issue. Yeah. I will need to. It's just so hard. I don't know how to debug this.
Yeah.
Probably I have to like print out all the frames, and it's like a few hundred frames to look through.
What's the most difficult part in terms of implementation? Because I remember there is a lot of sophistication with just determining when to start, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
but this time I've just completely given up.
Sorry, what?
This time I've just completely given up.
You didn't even do that this time?
The moment the second player joins, I just say, let's start the game.
Right, but okay. Is that going to cause any potential issue?
Who knows?
Who knows? Right.
Maybe not. One more thing I added was that not this time around, if you're too far ahead of the other player, I just pause the whole thing so that the other player can catch up.
So you did test that?
Yeah, it seems to work.
How
right?
do you
But
even test?
you
How
get
do you test?
stuttering.
Sorry?
I just forced one of the players to send the inputs like 1 second later.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's good. Right.
So that causes a lot of stuttering, but it seems like both players kind of start.
But the whole point is that both players must have the exact same state, right? And if that works, then yeah, that's a good
And
sign.
I think there is,
Uh-huh.
I think there is a bit of a like that there's a slight desync in the state. So yeah, I need to figure out how to find that.
Right.
Yeah.
Even locally when you test, you can see the desync.
Yeah. When I simulate the late sending of inputs.
Interesting.
Mm.
All right. So
Next week I'll fix this for reals this time.
right, but this week primarily is the input delay that you added.
Yeah.
Right. So you haven't quite identified what's causing the desyncing yet then.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Next week, figure out the desyncing. Awesome.
Yeah. I think I'm very close. I just need to it's just probably one line.
It's probably 1 year
code,
away, right, from fixing it. Right, John? That's how fast it is.
I guess.
Sorry, you were saying? It's one what?
Oh no, I feel like it's probably just like one line in my code that is, wrong.
Just one line, yeah. Possibly. I wonder how would you even go about debugging this, like how do you start?
Probably at the end of the game I'll probably just print out
Every
the
single
entire history.
Of,
and then
of
do a
both
diff.
clients.
Yeah, of both clients, and then do a diff and see where it screwed up.
Right. So you check the state of player 1 on both clients, check the state of player 2 on both clients, and see if they're all the same.
Yeah. I kind of wrote a function somewhere to do a diff already.
Right.
Yeah. I think I did because when I was doing the play recording, replaying the recording,
Would you say when you're printing out the history, it's post how do you call that? Rollback, right? Post rollback, right? Basically, whatever error there may be has already been corrected.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Probably do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be great. Looks cool, John.
It's funny. I actually understood a lot of what he was saying because I was messing with the Game Maker rollback. Usually I don't understand this kind of stuff.
But you get an idea. Yeah. So I imagine in Game Maker you have to specify what are the variables that are affected, right, when you roll back, right? What needs to be corrected and stuff.
Sort of. I'll probably talk about. I'm gonna go through all the steps, all the different ways I tried to use the rollback, and it was 5 different ways until I finally.
5 different ways. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right,
I think
John.
I wrote them all down too.
Yeah. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
It's my turn. Mine is a fast one. Let me just. Yeah, I don't have new things to show. Is most of the week is just spent on preparing for tomorrow's classes because my part-time work is resuming. But I have also spent the time preparing the next update. I think I've gotten it to the point where it's more or less done. I still want to add one character, but I'm not finished with that yet. But let me just run the game. So first thing first was collecting feedback for the playtest, right? And let me just get rid of the audio first.
But we can't hear it anyways. That you're sharing your screen.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's okay. Let me lower it.
Well, he's probably like playing over you though. So
yeah. I can't hear myself think. Okay, so first thing first was trying to test the Phantom mode. So for most part, outside of the gameplay, right, all the menu and stuff, it seems to work, which is great. The unlocking condition was 40 points, and you need to have over 1,000 saw blades, which for people who have been playing the game for a while, is not an issue at all. They can unlock that fairly quickly. Although there also are like a couple of individuals who has never gotten past like maybe 20 points, right? So the game will not unlock for them. But I feel like, if I unlock this particular mode for people who are unable to get past 20 points, they're not going to like this mode, right? They'll hate it even more. So
yeah, I can't imagine someone being good at this one and not the
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it only unlocks if you have gotten past like a certain score. So that's that. Oh yes, so I think like 2 weeks ago when I show it, Devious mentioned that the after effects was like fairly distracting, right? My response was that when you play it, it feels different. Yeah. So I've tested it, right? And I would like to say that most people, like maybe out of 10 people, right? Majority, like maybe 7, don't have that issue, but 3 did say something along the lines.
30%'s pretty big. Like
yeah, exactly, right? 3 out of 10 is actually a huge number, right? Yeah, but 3 did suggested that maybe having no after image is a better thing, right? So
well, 4 if you count me.
No, I included you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yes, I understand, right? 3 out of 10, right? If you scale it up to thousands of people downloads, that is going to be a pretty massive number. So I thought like I need to make changes to it. So now is this, right? So you still disappear, but you don't leave after images by collecting the diamonds anymore. But you do leave behind like you do your visibility like resumes for a split second when you land, if you can see that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and this seems to work better. Like so. Whoever is affected, right, they no longer get disoriented, so that is great. I tested it a few times, and I think I'm fairly happy with this.
Do you prefer, Chinny?
Sorry?
Which do you prefer, the after images that you had before or this one?
Which did I prefer? I don't have a strong feeling for either one, right? I think for the previous one, there is a certain novelty, right, to having like an after image, because in my mind, right, it feels a bit cool to leave behind after images and then use that as a way to gauge, roughly where you are. But I mean, but I understand how that can be distracting for some players, right? Especially since they are so used to just looking at the character to determine where they are. So yeah, so like a part of me feel like I think after images are pretty cool because you can see the characters blinking around, right? But it's no big loss. No, like even if I don't do that anymore, it's fine. I think. Sorry.
Yeah. If you ask me, I prefer this new one.
You prefer this new one? That's good. That's good. Right. That's good. Yeah, so I did ask the Apple editor as well, right? And they did say they prefer this new one as well. So that's good, right? I imagine primarily because it's cleaner, it's less distracting, I suppose. Okay. Let me. Oh yes, I should also point out that like initially when making changes to this, right? The straightforward solution is to just make the after images follow the player. So let me just let me just demonstrate this. So, which means that during one of the iteration, right, when you collect the collectibles, you actually do see yourself for a bit, right? But the problem with that is that later on in the game, right, you do get like a lot of collectibles scattered on the floor, and you lose like one major component of this particular game mode, which is that a big part of this game mode for me, right, is not knowing exactly with 100% certainty where you are along the x-axis until you move around and collect the collectible, right? And then at that point you'll be like, oh, okay, that's where I am. So I like that aspect of the game. So during the first iteration, right, where I just updated the after images to follow the player, if you play fast enough, right, the whole time, right, you can see where you are, and that's terrible, right? So I removed the after images for collecting the diamonds. Yeah, so like, you know, it defeats the purpose of the mode. Yeah, so so a few iterations later, you know, I arrived at this, and people seems to like this change, so I kept it. Yeah, you know, to be honest, right, when I play the game, I'm entirely playing it based on muscle memory, and it's really sometimes, right, it's very difficult for me to be like super objective about the way I present the game, right? So like having external feedback is very, very useful. Okay, so that's that part is done. Another thing I have added, it's a bug fix, right? There's a particular bug that someone mentioned in the server, and it has to do with cloud saving. So I did try and replicate the bug, and it seems to happen to me as well, and it's on Android. I don't know why, but a lot of times, right, when I have a bug, right, it's on Android. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's my code, or if it is like there's something wrong with GameMaker, or if it's the version of SDK I'm using. It's just like super weird. But what happened, right, is when you have cloud saved turned on, right, and then you're playing the game, every time, you know, you end a session, right, the save data is supposed to get sent to your cloud storage, right, your Google Drive. It's supposed to get saved to Google Drive. And I realized on occasion, this save data, right, doesn't make it across to your cloud storage, or it takes time. So which means that, you know, you play this, you play the game, right, you turn off the game, and then you boot it up again. That when you boot it up, right, the game will attempt to go to your cloud storage and retrieve the save data, right? But there is a chance, like if the save data, if the cloud saving didn't work in the previous session, right, when you retrieve the save data, you are retrieving outdated data, and some of this data, right, will overwrite the local copy of your save data. Like you know, like you have a local copy and a cloud save copy. So the thing that keeps getting overwritten, right, is the character selection. So someone mentioned that, you know, when they were using, it's like they said every time they start the game, right, they start with this character, despite the fact that they kept changing it. And yeah, so that was a problem, and I made some changes to it. I tried fixing it by saving the timestamp. So I saved that in GameMaker there's this thing called date, current date time. So you save the year, the day, the month, as well as the you know, the time itself, time of the day. So I saved that now, right? Every time I go into character selection, I will save that. And then when I load the data, like for example, if the cloud saving didn't work properly, right, and then the next time I try retrieving the data, I can actually check if that particular data is outdated or not, right? Because I have a local copy and I have a cloud save copy. So if the cloud save data is outdated, I will not overwrite the local copy. This part I have not pushed out to test yet. I only just added this like yesterday or the day before. So I'll have to test it test this particular feature very soon. But so far, right, when I test it locally, it seems to work fine. Yeah, but it's just one of the annoying things that I have to look into, because you would assume that the cloud saving library will work like perfectly, right? But no, you have to handle all these edge cases. Yeah, so I handled that. Oh, by the way, Mr. Glitch does not have its own unique sprite, right? So when I play Phantom mode, I do need to take that into account. Let me show you. I'm not sure if it's obvious, but every time I score, you can see that it's like it's a different sprite, right? I'm not sure. Actually, is it obvious? Oh yeah, it's actually always changing all the time.
What's wrong with that?
Like when I land, do you see the character?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still changing.
Yeah, it's still changing. But yeah, it's just like for this one character, I have to do something special. Like I cannot just say, oh, use the character sprite. Yeah, so another thing I have to do. Oh yeah, also for the UI, right, I have to add the scores in the game over state so that it's clear when you share your score on Discord, right? We can tell like what mode it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm actually trying to add a new character. I'm trying to add a ghost, right? So like a character with a sheet over itself. I don't know what to call it. Right? I don't want to explicitly say ghost. I'm saying blanket person, but I don't know if that's a stupid name. Yeah, but yeah, there we go. It's still a work in progress. That's it for me.
Name him.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I had a character.
I
I had a character called the Sheet Man, right? And I thought like, oh, this would have been the better. That name would work better.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's already used. Yeah.
Who's Sheet Man?
let me run the game and show you. It's a stupid name. I wasn't.
I mean, you can always change it, no?
No. There are people who say their favorite character is Sheet Man, right? So I want to change their name, yeah. But it's I didn't give it any deep thoughts, right? I'm just like, oh, what name should I give it? Sheet Man. There we go. Right. So yeah, this just this guy.
What? Why is he named Sheet Man?
Well, I don't know. I was just thinking, well, he's white as a sheet, so Sheet Man it is. Right, so that's it. I didn't. It's not the. I didn't think very deeply about this. There we go.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, what the hell is he named? Oh, how about you name the ghost whatever you would have named this guy? Well, I don't think it'd be obvious though. What is it? The Street Fighter M Bison.
Oh yeah, Vega, M Bison and Balrog, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't work for this, I think. I mean,
yeah. You'd have to know the. Well, I don't know. That could be like a background.
I would call the ghost Red Tie, right? Because there's a red tie here.
Yeah. I mean, if you did that, I guess people would actually get it.
Really? But
maybe, I don't know.
But you don't unlock this character in a fixed sequence, right? It's all random.
Yeah, but you would eventually unlock him, and then you're like, oh wait, why is this guy named Sheepman and this guy's Red Tie?
That's a very meta joke. Yeah.
That is. Yeah, I don't know if you have like the big fans of it will probably enjoy that.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, because I guess you'd also have to get the idea from like Street Fighter.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anyways, going forward, I want to release the next version. Or anyways, I want to finish this goals first, right, and then release the beta like very soon. And I want to release the official update on the 23rd. Yeah, so so I have I still have some time, right? I have like slightly more than a week. So that's that. Sorry?
Should have 8 days.
Yeah. So that's a good sign. Like I'm not like pushing it or anything. And
Yeah.
so far, I already have people in the Phantom mode beating my score, right? So that's I think that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
I mean, how long did it take for people to beat your score in the regular mode?
Woo! The first day, Potomax, I'm not sure if you know Potomax from the server. Dudes beat my score on the very first day, right? And then I was able to beat him back, and then there was a competition, right? But about 3 months after the release, we end up having people who's just scoring like way beyond what I thought was possible, right? Because when I was competing with Photomax, we were around like 200 plus, like the score of 200 plus, and then one day, right, we see people getting 300, and then 400, and then 500, 600. But it's gotten to the point where someone on Instagram messaged me, right, and said, "Oh, do you have like people cheating in your game?" And I said, "No, those are legitimate, right?
I mean, that would be my first thought too.
Yeah. So, but I showed the person a gameplay footage of like one of the top scorers, and yeah, it's completely legit. It's crazy. So, yeah, it's amazing, right? I mean, since when the person complained, right? They were complaining about people scoring like 500. Now it's like 1,000 plus, right? The top score now is like 1,400. It's crazy.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's wild. Yeah.
Imagine if you could like pause the game though. Can you pause it?
You can pause, but hang on. I suppose you can play like that, but there isn't any. Let me think. Well, if you use a controller, you can kind of cheat, huh?
No, I meant like because I guess you could, because your game doesn't have any like continuity. So like you don't need to know what you've already done to continue the game unlike other games. So a player could pause the game, put it in their pocket, and then just come right back to the same game and just continue that thing.
Okay. Wow.
Is that a thing someone could do?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Okay, let's say you're playing, right?
Yeah.
And then you pause it to this screen.
Yes.
Can you then just like close it and put it in your pocket? Would that stop the game?
It will be in this state.
Okay, and then and like let's say 20 minutes later you have some free time and you take it back out.
Yeah.
Can you just resume from this point and just start continuing?
You can.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That there was a particular request, right, by a few individuals, saying that when they are in this state, right, they don't remember the path at which the saw blades were moving in, right? So that means that when they resume from this state, right, they are in great danger of being hit by the saw blades because they cannot remember what direction they are moving in, right? So they are requesting for like additional feedback, like adding a trail to the saw blades. And it's always been in my mind, right? But I never did add like the trail because there is a part of me, right, that fear that people will abuse that feature, right? Because
how would they abuse?
Because they can just keep doing this, right? And then you know what I mean? Like it's just going to make it super clear to them, like what path the blade is going to take, and then every time they feel like a bit they feel like if they feel like the pressure is too much, they can just pause, right, and then they can resume without any danger. You know what I mean? So like,
I guess the counter to that would have a timer before they can resume. That way it becomes so tedious to where
that they will never do that and abuse it.
Yeah, that they'd never do it. I mean, some people would still do it, but there's no way.
Yeah.
I guess it'd take them a good while to actually beat the game.
So if you are playing on the phone, right, without any additional controllers, it's impossible to abuse because the pause button is like so high up from the buttons below. Yeah, but I feel like if I make it too easy for people, right, like adding additional feedback in the saw blades to show the direction, then yes, if they use a controller, right, they can totally abuse it. Is what my fear is. Yeah. Yeah. So you know what? If I ever add that feedback, right, then I will do what you mentioned, right, which is it's going to take time to pause. There are certain games. Oh wait.
That, or how about it only shows the trail when it's on, when it's playing. That way, the moment you resume, you see the trail right away, and it just clicks, and you're like, okay, so that one's obviously going that direction.
Right. Maybe I might do that. Yeah. But it's a pretty big change, I feel. Like drawing all the trails.
But what's stopping someone from abusing it right now? Because by quickly pausing, you already know what direction the things are going.
Yeah, I feel like if they use a controller, they
because they can probably just remap the controller too to like make it like one of the buttons, one of the like the 4 buttons, or hell, make it a trigger.
Make it a trigger, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so like.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no, if like you can just abuse it like already just by pausing it. You already know the direction that they're going. So if you pause it, then you're like, okay, so it's. Well, I guess if it's too many, you probably can't do that.
Yeah.
But then that goes back to my point. If you just show the trails whenever it's only whenever it's playing, then that might actually keep people from trying to abuse it.
Yeah, perhaps.
I mean, you could just test it, I guess.
Yeah. But what I do think is that if you do need to rely on the pausing a lot, right? You may be able to, like, I think doing that might help you a bit, but it's never going to get like the player to the point of scoring like 200-300 or 400. Yeah, because I feel like having to switch between
I wouldn't say that. You have to realize some people don't mind that tedium. That's what I was saying. Like, if the timer would help block some people, but someone that's really dedicated to really doing it, they would still do it. However, with the timer, it'll just take them longer.
That's true.
So if they do die or something, then they have to restart the entire thing over, which again would just take them a long time to do.
Yeah.
And if you make it like a 5-second delay, that's a lot.
5 seconds.
Because the only time you would, because the only time you would actually pause the game is to pause the game to go do something, and there's no task in the world. I mean, maybe I guess if you wanted to move something real quick, like on the side of you or something.
Right.
But other than that, there's no task that you would be doing that's shorter than 5 seconds.
Right.
So like, the only kind of people who would be doing it for shorter than 5 seconds continuously would be anyone that's trying to abuse the game.
Yeah. Okay. 5 seconds delay, huh? Yeah.
Maybe even longer, but 5 seconds is a good chunk of time because you still have to wait there. And so you pause, and then there's a little timer there that's counting down on the side of the little arrows, and then or at the top under paused, and as long as that, and then it counts down with the little hand, and as long as it make it green or something when you can do it.
Yeah.
And then and that's the only time you can resume.
There is another way, and that is so if you play like fighting games, right, like Skullgirls, their pausing works very differently because I believe in a professional setting, right, in the pro esports fighting game setting, like you're not allowed to pause, right, like when you're fighting against another player. So they coded it into the game, right? If you want to pause during a match, you actually have to hold down the pause button for like a few seconds. And I think that may solve the problem. Although in my case, right, with the saw blades like raining down, I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah, that's what I was
justify. Like, hey, you're
supposed to consider that because there's another game that does the same thing. Where you have to hold down the pause button to pause it. Maybe I almost think it's Skullgirls. I don't know. I do remember that mechanic though, but I was thinking about it and I was like, well, you'd have to hold it down for a good long time so somebody can't abuse it. But have all these saw blades, especially if there's like 5 on screen.
Yeah.
You know, you're holding down if you're on the phone, you know, you have to reach your finger up there and hold it while you're moving and dodging stuff for those few seconds that you have to hold the pause button down.
Yeah.
And then there's just no way someone's gonna be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's so high up already just means that those few milliseconds where they can't even jump, basically, or whatever hand they're using, that takes up time for them to not get hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, I'll think about it. But anyways, going forward, I want to push out the next version like very soon. I want to make the new character, and then if I have time next week, I want to make a caterpillar enemy for the new prototype. I think it's about time I add more to that prototype. And that's it for me. Let me stop streaming. It's your turn. Oh, thank you.
John doesn't get a clap because he was late.
Yeah. I don't even know if he's... Is he still here?
No.
Oh no, he's here. Alright, it's your turn, BBS.
Alright. I don't know how to start this. First I'll go into the methods I tried. But I can't really show that because, you know, I basically deleted all that code.
It's fine, just talk about it so we can all learn together. That works.
Okay, so... Okay, first I'm going to talk about the issues I had with getting this whole thing started. Let's see. For some... whatever, I'll just start talking. The actual use... The current way I'm using it is extremely easy to do. It's very non-hassle if you know what to do.
Okay.
But I had to go through all those other 5 methods to actually figure out how this works. And I did learn some extra stuff, like how some of the code really works. I don't use any of it, but I did learn it.
Alright.
Which, whatever, if I ever need them, then I have a way to use them, sort of. But so the first method. The first method was... Wait, let me explain how it works. Okay, yeah, I'll start with that. So how it works when you're using the rollback is it only takes inputs.
Yes.
And the inputs are any letter, basically. It gives you like a set kind of input. So you can't like have your own unique variable that you can put into the thing to always read it. So they have these exact things that you can only use. It's got to be something on the keyboard, something on the controller, or something on the mouse. Of those things, only one of those you could actually control-ish, sort of. And that is the mouse position. Moving the mouse, the function that like sets the mouse position, that doesn't work. Because it's on the HTML platform, and that specific function only works on like a desktop version or Windows version or whatever. It does not work on the internet, on the online version.
Right.
But that was like the only way I could actually send a thing, because I needed like a kind of buffer. What's that static coming from?
What's the static coming from? Is it from me?
Chinny, you have static. Yeah, it's coming from
Oh, no. Let me turn off my mic.
Oh, okay. Check 1 2.
Is this better?
Check 1 2. Well, you're lighting up, but yeah, I can't hear it anymore. Check 1 2. Yeah, you're lighting up, but yeah, it's fine. I can't hear it, so it's not a problem. What was I saying? How to use it? Oh yeah, so. So I couldn't use any of the keyboard buttons because obviously it's a card game and you can't really use any of that. Maybe for like shortcuts or something, but overall it just doesn't work for this particular kind of game. It would work great if it was like a platformer or like anything where you're controlling a character, because it's all mouse. So the only things I could use was left click, right click, and the mouse X and the mouse Y. But here's the big problem, which I thought it wasn't a problem, but then it turned into a problem. You cannot. So how it works is it has two. Let me see. So you tell the game at the start of the game to first connect to the other player, which it does that automatically, so you actually don't have to tell it to do that. But then whenever both players have connected, then it creates the player object that you define in code. And then it spawns it on both sides. Now it keeps track of both of those, I believe. Or it shares the input between them. But if you change the variable in one of them, like on your side, it does not carry over to the other side, depending on how it's changed. I tested it like in so many different ways, but basically what it is you would have to use a combination of the mouse position, which is okay. So this is how I use it. Whenever you clicked, it sent it out that you clicked, and then it ran the code of where the mouse was, which it keeps track of through the rollback system as a variable, and then it uses that to determine other stuff. Basically, what I did was I sent it out, and I sent out the X and Y position on your side to the other player, and then it read what you were doing, and then it, and use that by going through the code and telling the game, like, this player clicked in this position in this spot while they were doing this particular thing. A few issues that popped up was if they were trying to, let's say they were in a menu and they clicked around, it would still send that to the other thing. So you'd have to keep that in track. They'd have to keep that in mind. So you basically have to keep track of every single thing that the other player was doing, which isn't really a big problem, but it becomes a little tedious with having to program that and having all these case statements, these edge cases of if they're in a menu and they have to click on this card over here, but on your screen you don't see the menus, so you have to keep track of all that. But what ended up happening was I could not. Oh, all right. So the first problem was I couldn't change a variable inside of the thing. I could only share the inputs. I could not share any variables, which really sucked. And I tried to work around that by using the X and Y method, which went to the second method. The second method. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm all over the place. The first 3 methods, I was keeping track of all the variables inside of the shared player object, which it actually did keep track of. Because whenever you combine the inputs with the variables, it would change the variables. However, keeping track of certain variables at certain times started to become an issue due to the way some of the things work. I could have sort of done a fix, but then came another problem, and that problem was lag. It was because it was keeping track of so much stuff. It would sometimes cause the mouse to actually lag behind, which I ended up fixing by making the input not be tracked by the MX and MY position that it was keeping track of, but just the player's use. That way it was always... What's up?
Can I ask one quick question? Are you trying to sync... So wait. So are both players supposed to be able to see the other's cursor mouse position?
No.
Right.
You can make it like that, but there's still some lag and some other problems that come with something like that. Because I did, for a while, to test stuff, I had a little trailing thing that was keeping track of where the other player's cursor was, just to see how it worked and stuff.
Right.
There was significant lag on where that positioning was and all that. But typically, no, you can't see their mouse or anything.
Right. So
you would have to program
in your case, what are you trying to sync again? In your case, it's just the players, the cards on both sides, right?
Yeah. To sync everything, to sync, which is going to become a problem later, and the stuff I was working on.
Right.
So I had to keep track of all the cards, all the positions, all the selections, all the mana costs. Everything had to be taken into account because everything affected what happens when somebody clicks. So it had to be shared over the servers constantly, which ended up causing some bit of lag and some bit of issues. And it was just so much lag to the point where I was just like, I just don't like doing this, which made me move on to other methods and try testing other methods. which worked at first. So let's see, what are we at? Like third method or something? I think like a third was like a repeat of something else to try and test something that was similar, but whatever. Like the third method, what I ended up doing because I got tired of all the lag, was I moved everything off of the player objects that it was keep track of, and that way I could have access to all that code and stuff and be able to use the player's actual mouse position to click on stuff and do things. The problem before was that like I said, there was lag in how the mouse was moving and stuff, and it just didn't look good. Like not the actual mouse, but like the position of the mouse was lagging behind, like what it was sharing between the thing. It would eventually catch up, and when you click, it was actually on time, but it just caused issues with like visually looking at where the mouse was hovering over. So like if you hover over something, it highlights it. And because it was using the MX and the MY that it was sending between the things, that was lag behind your actual mouse. So even though your mouse was on the right, it was still trailing behind and causing a highlight on everything the trail hovered over, because that's what you had to keep track of. So I ended up combining. Yeah, that's what the third method was. It was combining, or the fourth method, whatever. I don't keep track of what number it was, but I ended up combining the X and Y that it kept track of, and using your own on the what you were seeing. So the mouse itself was now highlighting stuff instead of the AMX and MY that it was keeping track of. This wasn't a problem at first because it was actually working. And what ended up happening... Wait, let me remember. Right. Okay, so... I was using this, but then that's when at first I tested something and I thought it could share variables, but then it turned out it couldn't. So then because everything I now took out of the player object that I was keeping track of everything with, I could not, like, say, click something on the screen and send that variable to the player object so it could, like, tell the other player object on the other player screen that thing happened. That just wasn't working. You just could not change a variable on a player object. And you could change it, but it wouldn't communicate that change to the other player because it wasn't a input that they defined on their code or whatever. So that didn't work out. So that became a problem because obviously I needed to send the buffer, quotes. I needed to send the variable over to the other side to let them know that you clicked this thing and this thing happened. So that didn't work out. So the fifth method. On the fifth method, what I ended up doing was keeping track of every single thing I was doing. So I still combined them where I was keeping track of the MX and MY, but the mouse was showing what you were hovering over and all that. And I got it to actually work because it was keeping track of everything now. So if somebody clicked something, then it would open up a menu and it would cause this other thing to do this other thing, whatever. Like every single variable I had to keep track of to make sure everything was in sync. Like if a player clicked here, then it would open a menu up for them. I just wouldn't draw the menu. It just, the code would just think that that's what they're doing. The problem then became whenever I hit trying to keep a input from being sent out. There is no way for me to tell the game to not send an input. So if you click, that would cause so on your side, you can tell it, okay, I don't want this to click because you put the code in the player object. But it wouldn't be able to tell the other player's object the same thing because you couldn't share variables. So you couldn't say if this variable is a -1 or this variable is false, then don't send the click. You could do that on your side, but you wouldn't be able to tell the other player's object that that's what you're doing. And that became a problem because I needed to be able to stop a player from from sending a click because like certain actions couldn't be taken at certain times. let's see. There's a reason why. It's because at first I thought it was gonna work because you just I'm keeping track of everything, so they should be able to know when a player, does the thing, whatever. But there was a particular thing, I can't remember exactly what it was, that it became a bigger problem. Anyways, I eventually just ended up being like, screw it. I know. Yeah. Oh, right. Let me explain. The first method I wanted to use, like before all this, was was a very similar method I used in the old challenge system they had for GX. Well, they still have it, but I haven't heard anything about it. But anyways, what I ended up doing in that one was I hijacked the high scorer to send numbers back and forth to act as a buffer. But the problem with
that was like a long time ago, right?
Yeah, that was a good while back. That was whenever they did their competition thing or whatever. Yeah, the only jam that I've done in years. Just for that one thing.
Yeah, you won something, right? You won something. I remember.
Yeah, I won. I don't know if I got the prize money or anything, but
wait, what? You broke?
Yeah, I never really kept track because I didn't really care. But
okay.
Well, after a while, I didn't care because I wasn't entirely sure if they'd send it or something. Or I forget what I was talking about. I was talking to one of them. I think they're in the server as well.
Right.
But anyways, yeah. So that's how I use it. But the problem that ended up coming with that is there's a limit, a character limit on that one. That was very small. It was like only 8 characters or something like that, maybe 12. But once you hit that limit, I couldn't go past a certain thing. But I needed a big limit in order for certain like actions to happen. I could have now that I know more about this stuff. I could have probably like sent out a that was sort of sucked for anyone else playing it, but I could have sent out a little thing that was like, don't play in the next like 10 minutes because I'm going to reset all the numbers. And, that'd be kind of annoying because that'd have to be like every day. And if more people started playing it, then it happened more often and often. If too many people started playing it, then I just couldn't, I just had to do it like every 5 minutes or something like that. Depending on the amount, because the number pool I had was very small. And I used that number to keep track of which game they were playing in. So that number would constantly be counting up. Because I'd have to keep track of what game they're playing and what action they were doing. Kind of like the rollback where you have to keep track of what frame it is or whatever. That's basically what I was doing, except I didn't roll back because I wasn't able to keep the... I guess I probably could have, now that I think about it. Could have kept a series of arrays that kept track of all the Anyways. No, I still wouldn't be able to because I had to... Anyways, so my first method I wanted to use was similar to that, but I realized that Game Maker's multiplayer rollback thing also had this very useful thing called a, rollback chat, which is basically just send a chat message. So you can send a chat message between, so it's basically sends to the server and the server sends the chat message to both people, which is exactly a buffer. That's what I needed. However, the beta version and the regular version, when I tried to use it, it basically just froze the game, so I couldn't use it at all. And that's what led me to try and test all these other versions so I could keep up with the latest version of Game Maker while also using it, but I wasn't able to, which sucked. So then after all those 5 methods and some other crap I tried, I ended up with, and I retried it too because I was like, well, maybe I was wrong. Nope, I wasn't wrong. It just didn't work. So anyways, I eventually ended up just downloading an older version of Game Maker Beta, and now the chat message works, which means I could have avoided all that if I just rolled back, but I wanted to use the more recent version. So now it works. So basically what I do is I just send a buffer. If I want to use an actual chat message, I could there's ways around that. But for right now, I'm just using a chat message, which is something that Yellow After. I read Yellow After does this with the Steam chat system API, and he hijacks it to make a multiplayer thing. It's like a shoot. What do you call it when you add a thing to your IDE?
Oh, sorry. What do you mean?
Like a package you add it to your thing that add extra functionality.
A plugin?
Yeah, plugin. There you go.
Right.
I guess that's close enough.
Right.
Yeah, so he had a plugin, and you could use it with your game maker, and it opens up his. You use the theme API, but that requires him to keep up with it. And I've learned from watching Chinny that I don't want to do that. I don't want to use unless I have to, unless it's like absolutely necessary. I do not want you to do that.
Yeah, and so, when you use plugin, it's probably a better idea to use like quote unquote official ones, right? Because at least it's better guarantee that they get updated. Yeah.
I don't remember if they hired him to do it or if he did it himself, because I think all the work he's ever done is something that he's hired to do.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong on that though. I remember reading some of the old chats about like the systems he made and whatnot. You know, like I was looking for a solution for my problem, and other people had brought it up, and you know, you can read old chats. Okay, so now we're back to what the actual system that I'm using now. A buffer system hijacking the chat system that they have in the game, which it just makes it so much easier. Because all I gotta do is send like a 18 digit or 18 what do you call it, 18 byte message basically, and it sends it to both people, and then the system I have basically just deciphers it and it tells it, you know, whatever, it deciphers it and it tells you what they did. Since it's turn-based, it's a lot easier to do because, like, I did test it. You can send chat messages like really quick and it picks them up really fast. But I'd probably never use that for an actual like action game because it's not super reliable. In that case, I would actually use the rollback stuff, which I did learn a little bit about. But anyways, their chat system. Basically, should I explain it?
Sure, go ahead.
I mean that's kind of what it is. So basically, how the chat system works here, I could probably just.
Okay.
Share my. I can't think of the word.
Share your screen.
Proprietary code. Okay, so whenever you get a chat message, can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay, good. So whenever you get a chat message, what's up?
I can hear myself.
All right. Really? Wait, can you hear system sounds now?
Testing. Yeah, it's alright. I'll just mute myself.
Oh, you can mute. How do I? Yeah, how do you keep that? So I can talk to you still, but without it. What are you calling it? Well, anyways, okay. Because I could have just muted you and whatever. Anyways. Okay, guys. So whenever you send a chat, it triggers whenever you send a chat and then you receive a chat. So it sends it to the server, and the server sends it out to each player. And whenever you receive that, it causes a rollback event.
Oh, sorry. You are sharing this.
Am I? Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's why I'm hearing myself.
Change windows. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. Okay. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
That's better. Yeah. Now you can ask questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so whenever you get the message, it triggers a rollback event, which is what this is. So get out of there. Which is what this is. And this is the code I use to decipher it. Like I keep track of all the variables that would be sending across and all that stuff. Like this is what the buffer would look like. Like the message, it would look like a bunch of numbers and little dots and stuff. This right here basically looks through the buffer. I'm just gonna keep calling it buffer because that's basically what it is. This basically goes through the buffer and it reads each part and it separates it into a section. And I put those sections into an array. That way I can quickly read it because it's gonna be read a few times over this. And basically this is the confirmation. So what I do is when you send a thing out, it sets a variable to false. And then when you get that same message back, it checks that message, just check if it's the same message, and then it sets that variable to true to confirm that the message was sent. I haven't put in a system to where it resends it again. So like after a certain amount of time, if you don't receive it, then you just send it again. I'll eventually add that, but for right now it works. Maybe when I test it with you, it might not work because it might be too much of a something might be lost, packet loss, whatever.
Well, but that's true. I kind of assume that like for something like a chat message, right, an API for chatting, I would assume that it's implemented. How do I put it? I would
Like
assume
a recall, I guess.
Yeah, I would assume that they have like the necessary implementation in place, right, to ensure that the message will always be
To
delivered.
confirm that the message was sent. Yeah.
Yeah, like if it didn't get delivered, it will maybe try and send again later. That's what my assumption is, but
I guess I'll just call this redundancy check, just to be extra sure. Whatever. So just in case it doesn't, but you're probably right. They probably do have a system in place to send it. I guess it came from the fact that I saw some people mention that it could not send, but I guess they.
Oh.
But I don't know how much knowledge they have on the actual system. They might have said that in a general way, saying like whenever you send a packet, it doesn't always, there is packet loss.
Right.
So maybe. I guess the only way it wouldn't send is if the packet loss occurred before it hit the server.
Okay.
That's the only way I can think of how it would fail, which I guess makes sense. But other than that, because then they'd have a system on your end to actually check if it's. Yeah, they should have a system in place to actually confirm it and everything, so that shouldn't be a problem. Whatever, redundancy check, just in case. Or no, this is the redundancy check. This one thing just checks to make sure. Okay, so basically what it does is it sends the message. When you receive your own message, it checks it to confirm, and then it sends it to the player. If you receive your opponent's action, because that's the only thing it sends. It just sends the action, like the final action that they're doing. But they've so after you move everything around and you select where a card goes, it sends all that information, which is just a few like numbers. It looks so short. This is like a long one right here. Typically it's only like that, just that much. Anyways, it does that and it deciphers it. Depending on certain placements of certain numbers, you have to confirm. You have the number to make sure the number is basically the step. It's checking to see if it's the right action that's being sent. This action tells you, it splits it into each of these. It tells you what kind of action is being done. And these basically are all the variables that are used with that particular action. So like all attack actions, all attack buffers, all buffers that are attack actions. Yeah, I guess I word like that. They're always going to have just these two actual buffer things, and the action, of course. But also this. It's going to have all this, but the only ones that are unique to that particular action are going to be these over here. So it just reads that. They're very short. It's like certain things are taken into account depending on position. So like, here's the board. So if let's say player 1 clicks here, it goes through the system, that system that I just showed you, and it says player 1 clicked here. So on player 2's side, that means player 1 clicked here. Because that's a house. This is player 2's view, then it's a player 1 clicked here. And same thing for like all this other stuff. The field is different though. I might change this to be the same thing, but for right now, basically, it's 1 for 1 on position. So if this is position 0, this is position 0 on both sides. But on here, if I click here as player 1, player 2 is going to see the click over here, as opposed to like here or here, because it's not just a mirror, it's a rotation. They keep track of certain abilities in certain positions, because positioning will play a factor in the game, like if they're next to a certain card or stuff like that, and the attacking angles and all that other stuff. So this is the one where it's like rotation, where it's a rotation mirror thing. These are the same. I might change it to make this like actual rotation as well, but for now this is 0 position, 0 position, 0 position, 0 position.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, so that's confirming all this stuff. Another annoying thing that I realized, I didn't know this was going to be a problem. Well, it's not really a problem, it's just tedious. In order to check the game, in order to like test it, I have to upload it every single time.
Damn.
Yeah, so this current version right now, I'd have to like, just to test it, I'd have to go in here. I don't know if that's important. Don't read it. I don't think it sends it.
I don't think there's any like it's not saying any identifier, I think.
Yeah, because it says a token, but it doesn't say what the token is.
Yeah. If anything, right, it's the output console that you need to be wary of. On the left.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there we go.
Oh, there we go. Upload success.
Yeah. Open it up. So basically I go to publishing. I made it private. Open a private window. It's this game. Go here. Wait for this to spawn its thing. Copy. Actually, wait. I gotta do something quick. I need to enable the sounds on your end because I'd be having two copies playing on my screen. So I can't. So I had to disable some of the sounds so that it doesn't. I should just made that a variable that I could toggle off. I didn't even think about that. Damn it! Kidding me.
Or you can just mute the tab.
That too, huh? Yeah. Okay, I just did that. Great. I don't know why I didn't. No. I have to. I can't do that now because I actually put a variable in here that keeps it from playing.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, in some spots. I mean. Oh my god. Damn it. Should have thought this through. I knew I was gonna miss something. Create. Right. I hear a static again. Static. You know what would probably make this faster? If I just did a search. Great. Okay. Whatever. I have to see just that little fix. In order to test it, I have to upload it every single time. Which is really annoying.
Yeah, it's a bit tedious, yeah.
Yeah. But typically, while it's doing this, I'll go back and look for something or do something. Like, while I'm waiting for it, I'll set it up to start doing what it's doing.
Right.
So I'm gonna need a new window.
I'm surprised there isn't like any mechanism in place to allow developers to test locally.
There is, but not in this old version.
Oh.
So, yeah, so the versions I was testing before, those 5 different ways that I was doing,
Yeah.
I was using the most recent updated version of the beta. And in that one, you can set a certain variable to test locally. And it'll, actually, wait, I don't know if that was the same one. Yes, it was. Okay. But then this is the old version, you can't do that. So, like, let's say I wanted to test it right here. Every time, this is what's going to happen. It's really stupid. I hate it so much. So, you know, it looks like the game's going to play out. Is it? No, it just always goes to this page.
What?
Every single time. And it's like, download the Opera GX. I'm like, I am using Opera GX. It's so stupid. It's so annoying. And it's every time, whether or not I set the variable to true or false.
Oh my god.
Which, yeah. So the old version, I could see why they, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Open a private game. Yeah, that's right. Right here, Chinny, click that link. If you have GX
there
open.
we go. Gameplay link, let's go. Wait a minute, I don't have Opera GX. Hang on.
You don't have a what?
I wait a minute, I can play it on Google Chrome?
Really?
It seems, yeah. Because I don't have Opera GX installed at the moment, but it seems like I can. Latency is too high, please try again later.
Oh yeah, it's probably not gonna work then. Because this is also an older version. It probably works on more recent versions.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to download Upper GX in order to use
It
it.
says waiting for session to start. Hang on. Let me restart. Refresh. Just one moment.
This is a version from 2022, so I doubt it's even going to work on what do you call it?
Chrome.
So your best bet is to actually just download Opera GX.
Okay, one moment. Oh wait, I do have Opera. It says Opera browser. Wait, is that the one?
No, it's gotta be GX Games.
One second.
I believe. And you can try it.
Oh yeah, it is. It is GX, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yours is GX, yeah.
I think so. I mean, it's got all the fancy audio when I put it up. One moment. Going to paste the link here.
Oh, unknown one.
Is that me?
Maybe you're not signed in, right? Can you see
wait a minute.
the cards?
Unknown one is the Chrome version. Oh yeah, I can play this on Google Chrome. Holy crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you move around the mouse and everything and do things?
Yes, I can highlight and stuff.
Okay, there's no cost right now, like nothing actually takes away from the cost.
Okay.
So you should be able to pick up a card and just place it on the field. Oh, I forgot to set this variable up. Okay, so typically you'd have 10 actions before this happens, but and that's where you place your card, down there in the bottom left.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now it says move cards to battlefield. So what you do is you select a card. This will obviously be explained in like a tutorial or something, but for testing right now. You select where you want that card to go. If you had multiple cards, you'd select multiple spots.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you go up here on the top and you. It's supposed to say confirm, but right now it says skip turn.
Got it.
So you just click that. All right. And then it should move everything. There you go. Did everything move and all that?
Yeah. Looking
Alright,
pretty
cool.
sweet.
Yeah. All right. Now to attack, you just select your card, and then you select the one you're gonna attack.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. They both died.
Oh.
So they both die on your end.
This looks pretty smooth.
It will work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So go back to your cards on the right, and it doesn't matter what card you play, except for the knight. I believe that one has some. That one has to be played on a villager, but I've been toying around whether or not I want to do that.
Okay.
So right now, if you look at the top, you have 10 actions until you got to do all that. Or right now we're in the combat phase. When the sword is on the left, I should probably put that somewhere up here, like combat phase currently or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So you have 10 actions until the combat phase ends. So you can now move units to the battlefield on your side, which is the bottom 6. Mine are the top 6. Yours are the bottom 6.
Right.
Well, on your end, anyways. On my end, it's the other way around. But anyways, yeah. So I can so you made an action, you do that, and you moved your guy over there. You can't attack the thing right now, so you're just putting moving cards. So there's no way to attack life points right now, which is basically it's called aura or whatever. I haven't really given it a full name, but you're gonna start with like 20 or 30, some arbitrary number. And whenever, you see how I have no units right now, you would be able to select your dude to attack my well, because I have no one on the field. Or if I only have structures, or if all my cards are exhausted.
Right.
You know. Yeah, so like a combination of that. Basically, if no one can fight, then you can attack the well.
Oh, but it doesn't let me do that.
Yeah, you can't do that right now because it's not programmed into the game.
Ah, right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah. So right now, just press the right click to deselect the character. Did a bug? Yeah, it's a bug.
I right click and it crashed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Object master step event, right?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just send you a new link. You just don't right click then.
just don't right click, right? Okay.
Yeah, just don't right click. Boom. Let me delete this. Oh my god, I can't. Get out of here. Whatever. Alright. Yeah, just click that link and it should just start right back up.
Okay. I can see the game, or it says waiting for session to start. Is it supposed to?
Yeah, I think because of the connection and maybe the browser you're using, it might be taking a while for it to connect.
Yeah. Earlier it took quite a while as well, right?
Yeah.
What if I switch to a different browser? Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off and then I'll switch to a different browser.
Alright, I gotta send you a new.
Oh, you need to send me a new link? Okay.
Maybe? I don't know. You try the same link. This would actually be good to know whether or not I do need to send a new one.
Right. One moment.
Could you see the cards on the right just now?
Yeah. Oh no, there were no cards.
Okay. When you see the cards on the right, that's when you know both players are connected.
Oh no, Opera is not. It's just loading forever. That's weird. Maybe I do need a new link.
Okay, let me send a new link. Open private.
Oh wait, no, it's fine.
God damn it! I closed it.
Sorry. I guess I need a new link now then.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Once I get the thing going. Alright. I just overwrote the old one, so it should be a new link now.
Okay. Downloading data. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Play a card. Alright. You start moving the cards.
This is combat phase, right?
Yeah, it's combat phase right now. Typically it'd be 10 actions before this starts.
Ah.
Did you hit confirm?
Oh yeah, I need to skip turn. Sorry.
Yeah. Then you can attack. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously it looked fancier and all that stuff. And ignore the draw on the left. That's just for testing.
Right.
So you start playing stuff.
I can
None of the abilities
one
work.
action at the moment, right?
What's up?
I can only do one action. Right.
Yeah, so once you do an action, you commit to that action.
Got it.
Yeah. And to play a knight, play him onto the thing.
Oh!
Yeah. See, so you get the idea behind it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what you're playing, and you don't know what I'm playing, basically.
Yeah.
And if you look on the right at the top, you can go between. You can't. Actually, I think you can play them. I might be wrong.
Oh, you mean the different decks?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Play the doggy. If you use the, it only works for the first ones because I've only put those in. But if you press scroll up, that'll turn on the information at the top. Now when you hover over stuff, it'll have like what they do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Then you can scroll down and just turn it off.
Right. Oh, that's useful.
Yeah. Yeah, let me play a thing. Play the doggy. Okay, I fixed that. gonna play. Some of the stuff you shouldn't even be able to play, but whatever. It's good that it's working though.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so now the combat action is over. So now what you have to do is you have to move them out of the battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you put them. Then you confirm.
What the?
Whatever, yeah, it looked all weird. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have to just go back into it and like fix the drawing code or whatever. So now that we're at a combat zone, your combat phase, you can you hear the music by the way?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So now we're out of the combat phase. No, we can't send units into the thing, and we can't attack. Another note is that you can send any structures to the battlefield, but once you send a structure there, you cannot remove it, like we just did with the units.
Right.
Yeah, so once you send a structure out there, it's stuck there, and you have to play with that, being there and all that.
Internet connection lost, cloud save not synchronizing. Wait, am I back?
I don't know. Are you?
I'm not sure. Well, currently my game state is... Oh, wait, it's resuming.
Is it on? Alright.
Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah, so if you try and move a card to the combat zone, it's going to say, don't do it. And don't press right trigger, but you just select the card again, and it should deselect it.
Right.
So, like, yeah, just don't press the right trigger. So right now, basically what you do, this is called the build phase, and this is where you, like, build up your kingdom, and you set it all up and everything. You know, you do your stuff. Some of the cards are drawing -1s, but that's fine. It's just a thing I gotta fix.
Right.
I know that problem. I just haven't solved it. I just haven't like fixed it yet. I think and go like that.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't move my knights around. Wait. Oh wait, knights has to be put over villagers. Got it.
Yeah. I might change that. It's not on the card itself because I've been going around whether or not I want to put that. Like have the knight, you have to play on a villager because the villagers are going to be using the villagers and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, so we set up our armies and stuff. We start going. Obviously, you had costs, so you wouldn't be able to just do everything that you're doing right now. So you'd have to like, you know, whatever. When you look at the top, all the dots, the colored dots, every time it hits one of those dots, it replenishes all your mana that you've collected.
Okay.
And then you get a new one, so like an extra one. At the start of the game, you're gonna get 3 mana of any color of your choice, and you don't know what mana your opponent has. I've been trying to decide whether or not I want to keep it like that, but I'm like, yeah, I kind of do actually like that, where you don't know what they have, like mana-wise, so you can't keep track of what they can do and can't do, so you just have to be like, you know, whatever.
Right.
But if I do have a little spot right there underneath your well. That's where I'd put it. If I had to keep track of the opponents and yours. But, because right now it's on the left of the cards. See that, the bunch of dots? That's what those are. Actually, let me, if it freezes, tell me. I'm gonna go full screen.
Okay. Seems to work.
Alright. Alright, yeah. So we play, and we keep going. There's gonna be cards that give, like, mana and stuff and all that. And, whatnot. You know. You think, okay, do I want this? Do I want that? And now we're in combat. Oh, I gotta clear that. Does it show cards right now?
Yeah.
On the battlefield, but you haven't selected any to move?
Well, it showed the doggy there. I don't remember moving the doggy. Oh, maybe.
Okay, yeah. That's a little visual bug.
Right.
I have to basically reset the variable that does. Anyways, just play a card over those, I guess.
Right.
To make sure it's not, you know, you can do as many cards as you want, as long as you can fill all 6 if you want.
Yeah, I'm moving like a crap ton over.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm just gonna. So I have to put a little indicator. I haven't put them in yet, but it's gonna be little like line indicators that tell you which card is which. And confirm. See if this works. Yeah.
Nice.
And then now you can like start attacking and all this stuff. Now, if you look on your cards and my cards, you'll see a little blue shield thing. On the top on your screen, you'll see the arrow going down, and on your own screen, you'll see the arrow going up. That's showing that the card above it is shielding it. So let's say you can't attack a card that's shielded with a melee. So like, wait, does it
makes sense?
Yeah. It's supposed to make a noise, but yeah, it doesn't make a noise right now. So if you try and like click, let's say if I try and click your dog with one of my units, it's not going to be able to do it because none of my units are ranged. Which, speaking of which, let me.
Oh, it crashed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
What'd you do, or what?
I'm not sure what I did. It says it's an index out of range. Index 7 out of range 6 is in Object Master Draw.
Have to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
I bet you right clicked.
Sorry?
I bet you right clicked.
No,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, Chinny is right click.
Oh, I did right click. What I did was it is combat. It is combat mode, right?
Yeah.
What I did was I tried to I went to the cards on the right and tried to place something on the right side of the map, even though I'm not allowed to. I think. Yeah.
You mean the left side?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to. I can't remember what exactly it was I'm trying to do, but I think it could be something like, hey, I want another villager on the map, but obviously it's a combat phase, right? So I'm not allowed to do that. Yeah, but nothing happened, so I thought like, hey, I can just proceed as per normal. But the moment the game tried to continue, it crashed.
Huh. Okay, so it was whenever you were moving cards around.
Yeah,
place them.
It didn't crash as a result of me, as a direct result of me trying to mess with the cards on the right. I mean, I think it only crashed when it tried to go to the next turn. I could be wrong.
Okay, wait. So the action you were trying to do was during when you were moving cards to the battlefield?
No, not to the battlefield.
Okay. Oh, so as your first action
I was trying
after
to
that.
like I think maybe add another villager to the right side of the map, whatever you call it, the right side. Or the
I call it the card list. I don't really have like an actual name.
card list, right. Yeah.
Okay, so you grabbed the villager, and you tried to put it somewhere in your kingdom.
Yeah,
on the right.
Kingdom,
you tried
yes.
to.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
okay.
put it in the kingdom, but I couldn't because it's the combat phase.
No, you can still do it during the combat phase.
Really? I can still
Which,
bring villager into.
yeah, you can still play cards, but you can't.
Or was it because I selected a knight? I don't know. I don't remember. But
Oh wait, did you select a knight in the battlefield and then try and select a card on the right?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I have to look at the playback.
I have to. Oh yeah, that's right. You're recording this.
Yeah. It's
that'll be useful. Okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, in that case, it'll.
Yeah. I'll send you the timestamp later.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you get the idea, and it works,
Yeah, it's very cool.
which is good. Yeah.
Cool.
All I gotta do is start programming all the abilities and stuff, and just coming with new cards and whatnot.
Yeah. So I suppose next week will be more of this, right?
Yeah, more of this, and being able to use the abilities and more cards, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Like actual gameplay, actual design game, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Well then, shall we recap?
Yeah, you can recap.
John, you want to chop?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll fix the desync. For reals this time.
Oh my god, stop saying for reals.
Well, you fool us once, John. You know, shame on us. Fool us twice. You know, shame on you.
Yeah.
I don't know how the rest of the saying goes, but
Yeah,
fool us.
I don't know.
Fool us 3 times. You know, you that guy. You know. I guess I don't know.
It's okay, so John's gonna fix the desync for reals, he said. And I'm going to add the ghost character. I will do my best not to name the character Ghost, for fear that it might, I don't know, it might trigger some age rating stuff. I don't know. So I'll try not to.
Boo.
Sorry?
Boo.
Oh yeah, no, but Boo is like trademark, alright.
How's that? How's that trademark?
Boo is on.
Oh, you mean a
in
Mario?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give
Call him like
$3.
Booski or something.
Booski? Yeah, alright, man.
Something with Boo in the name, you know.
Booski, alright, let's do it. Booski.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Yeah, Booyah.
Booyah.
I don't know, what's a famous ghost? Casper, I guess.
Casper, yeah.
That's even worse. That's probably copyrighted.
Boosker.
Yeah, that's even worse. You're right. Casper. Okay. Anyways, so I'll be adding this character, and then after that, I will put it into beta. John, do you mind? Once I put it into beta, do you mind just testing and see if your save data still remains intact? Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Thanks, man. Because you're like the first line of defense, right? If something breaks, right, it's only your score. It's not a very high score, anyways. Right? Yeah.
I have a very high score of 60. I'll let you know.
Oh yeah, that's not bad actually. Yeah. All right. Thanks, John. Yeah. So I will try and push the beta build out very soon, and it's going to be a work week for me starting tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll have enough time, but I really want to make a caterpillar enemy for my next game, the roguelike idea. Anyways, it's your turn, Libet.
Oh, I just realized Casper's actually in public domain.
Oh, that's nice.
I might want to double check that if I were you, but according to this, yes, Casper the Friendly Ghost is public domain, and the cartoon The Friendly Ghost 1945 is the source material.
Oh, nice. Or a particular depiction of Casper is public.
Yeah, it's got to be that particular depiction. If to break copyright, it would have to be the version that they use.
Right. Yeah, I cannot use the same design as the movie in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Man, good times, right? That's the one with Christina Ricci, right? I think.
Double check just in case.
Yeah.
It has to be the Friendly Ghost version.
Friendly Ghost version, right?
Yeah, the Friendly Ghost version is a famous studio cartoon released on 16 November 1945. It's part of the Novel Tunes series.
Wow.
Animated short movies. It is the first cartoon to feature the character Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Wow.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, so I guess the name is technically...
Name is public domain.
Yeah, the name should be public domain. As long as you go like... It's based off of the 1945 movie.
Yeah. We'll see.
Anyways, yeah. Alright, so what'd you ask me?
Your turn for your stuff for next week.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and figure out what that bug was, which I think I know what it is. Then from there, I'm going to basically program the abilities, program that weird glitch whenever everything was moving all over the place. Because I know why that's happening. It's because it's a stupid drawing thing. Anyways, do that and then add Yeah, basically, yeah, just pick more cards. It's basically just what's the card? What's it called? Whenever you just gotta add things to it.
The deck? What?
Add when you add things to a game and the system's pretty much done.
Oh, add content.
Content, yeah, there you go. I just gotta start adding content. Basically.
Right. Cool. Looking forward to the full-fledged title. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you call it? What?
Huh? Oh no, looking forward to the full-fledged game title.
A full flesh. Yeah, okay. I think sounds like Flash. I don't use Flash.
No, not Flash.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. I was like, damn.
Flash is dead, unfortunately.
Yeah, Flash is gone.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
I'm back and.
Yeah. But there are actually still Flash developers out there. There's one really successful title. Yeah.
They have a
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
No. Have you heard of this title called Epic? Epic of Freak. I forgot the name. Epic Game Fantasy, is it? Epic
No.
Game Fantasy 5. Epic
Is that
Battle. Epic Battle Fantasy.
No, I never heard of it.
Oh, it's I think it started as a pretty a popular Flash game series, an RPG game, and
5.
yeah. EPF.
Epic Battle Fantasy 5.
Epic Battle Fantasy 5. It's done really well. The developer is still developing in Flash. Of course, he's like packaging the game using Air, I think. Air, AIR. Turn it into a standalone title, and that's how they are distributing it. But yeah, it's super cool. It seems to have done very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4,000 copies at $25.
More than 4,000 reviews.
Oh yeah, more than 4,000. Sorry, more than 4,000 reviews.
Yeah, so depending on the figure, this could be like easily 50 times or either 20 to 50 times the
I'll go with
number.
35.
35, right?
Yeah, 35 to like,
Yeah, and the game is like
out.
priced at $25, so it's like it's definitely done very well. It's very cool. Anyways, I guess it's time for us to go, right? It's almost 5, so all right. See you all next week. Yep. All right, y'all have fun. Sorry, John, please fix the desync.
I will.
All right. Bye, everyone. All right, bye. Okay, that was fun. Anyways, I gotta go off and start preparing for tomorrow's class. Yeah, and I also need to finish up this character, right? Booski or whatever he's gonna be called. We'll see. Alright, so let's conclude the dev chat for this week. I'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for hanging around. Alright, bye.